night in 2020, a scream shattered the stillness of a Hollywood Hills neighborhood. It wasn't a movie scene or a celebrity party gone wrong, it was the sound of Amie Harwick, a beloved therapist, fighting for her life. Her dream home, perched high above the glittering city, became a trap. A man she once loved, someone she thought she'd left behind years ago, was waiting in the dark. He wasn't there to talk or to plead. He was there to destroy her. By morning, Amie would be gone, her body broken beneath her own balcony. What drove a man to such a chilling act of obsession? And how did a woman so full of light fall victim to a shadow that refused to let her go? Welcome to Everyday Crime. Before we proceed, please like and subscribe to our channel for more updates. Nestled in the winding, starlit streets of Los Angeles, Hollywood Hills is a place where dreams are born and secrets are buried. It's a neighborhood of sprawling mansions and breathtaking views, where celebrities and everyday dreamers live side by side, chasing fame or just a slice of paradise. In 2020, this glamorous corner of the world was home to Amie Harwick, a woman who seemed to embody the city's promise. Her house on El Cerrito Place, a modern three-story haven with a balcony overlooking the city's twinkling lights, was her sanctuary, a reward for years of hard work and a symbol of her success. But Hollywood Hills has a darker side. Its quiet streets and hidden corners can mask danger, and for Amie, the very home that felt like a castle would become the stage for a nightmare. Amie Harwick was the kind of person who lit up every room. She grew up in a small Pennsylvania town, but her big dreams took her to Los Angeles, where she built a life most people only dream of. Amie became a therapist, helping people figure out love and relationships. She wrote a book titled The New Sex Bible for Women, went on TV, and even got engaged to comedian Drew Carey for a while. But it wasn't the fame that made her special. It was how she made everyone feel like they mattered. She'd hike with her dog, have friends over for dinner, and laugh so hard it was contagious. At 38, she was living in her dream home in Hollywood Hills, a cozy place with a balcony where she could see the city sparkle at night. She was planning her future, maybe even kids someday. What's strange about Amie's story is how she helped so many people fix their broken hearts but kept her own pain hidden. Years earlier, she dated a guy named Gareth Pursehouse. It didn't end well. He was intense, clingy, and wouldn't let go, even after she broke things off. Amie moved on, or so she thought. She didn't tell many people about Gareth, not even her closest friends. She was private like that, always focusing on others instead of herself. But Gareth never forgot her. He was out there, holding on to a grudge that grew darker with time. Amie had no idea that the man she left behind was still watching, waiting for a moment to step back into her life. Gareth Pursehouse wasn't the kind of guy who stood out in a crowd. He was a comedian, tall and lanky, with a quiet demeanor that could seem charming at first. When he met Amie Harwick in the late 2000s, they clicked. She was warm and vibrant, he was intense, drawn to her light like a moth to a flame. But what started as love turned sour fast. Gareth's affection became controlling. He'd flood Amie with messages, show up uninvited, and lash out when she tried to set boundaries. By 2012, their relationship was over. Amie walked away, hoping to leave him in her past. She even got restraining orders against him, twice, because he wouldn't stop harassing her. For a while, it seemed like he'd finally let go. What makes this story chillingly unique is how Gareth's obsession simmered for nearly a decade, hidden beneath a seemingly normal life. He wasn't a career criminal or a violent thug. He was just a guy, someone you might pass on the street without a second glance. But inside, he was unraveling. Friends later said he couldn't move on from Amie. He'd check her social media, stew over her success, and fixate on her new life without him. In January 2020, fate threw them together again at a photography event in Los Angeles. Amie was there, glowing as always. Gareth was there too, and seeing her reignited something dark. He confronted her, yelling, begging, and crying. Amie stayed calm but firm, telling him to leave her alone. She didn't know that encounter would set a deadly plan in motion. Gareth wasn't just hurt, he was consumed by a twisted need to make her pay for moving on. After that heated run-in at the photography event in January 2020, Amie Harwick felt uneasy. Gareth Pursehouse' outburst wasn't just a blast from the past, it was a warning. His eyes had burned with something she hadn't seen before, a mix of desperation and rage. Amie told a few friends about it, but she didn't want to dwell. She'd dealt with his clinginess years ago, and she wasn't about to let him pull her back into fear. Still, she took precautions. She checked her home's security system, kept her doors locked, and tried to stay alert. But Amie was a busy woman, juggling her therapy practice, TV appearances, and a full social life. She couldn't know that Gareth was already plotting, his obsession now a ticking bomb. What's peculiar about this moment is how Gareth's plan took shape in the shadows of Amie's bright world. He didn't just stew in anger, he studied her life. He knew where she lived, what her routines were, even the layout of her Hollywood Hills home. In the weeks after their encounter, he grew bolder, more unhinged. He'd drive by her house, linger in the neighborhood, and piece together the perfect moment to strike. Valentine's Day 2020 was no random choice. To Gareth, it was symbolic, a day meant for love, twisted into his chance for revenge. On February 14th, as Amie spent the evening with friends, laughing and celebrating, Gareth was outside her home, waiting. He'd brought gloves, a rope, and a knife. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment act. It was a calculated ambush, born from a decade of resentment that had festered into something monstrous. On the night of February 14, 2020, Amie Harwick came home to her Hollywood Hills house, unaware that danger was already inside. It was late, past midnight, and the city below her balcony glowed with Valentine's Day romance. She'd been out with friends, laughing and carefree, but now she was ready to curl up and rest. As she stepped through her door, Gareth Pursehouse was waiting. He'd broken in hours earlier, slipping through a weak point in her home's defenses, and hidden in the dark. This wasn't a moment of passion, it was a trap, set by a man who'd spent weeks planning his revenge. The attack was brutal and swift. Gareth ambushed Amie, his rage exploding after years of obsession. She fought back, her screams piercing the quiet night, but he was stronger. He choked her, his hands tightening until she struggled to breathe. Amie, a woman who'd spent her life helping others find strength, was now fighting for her own. In the chaos, Gareth dragged her toward the third-floor balcony. Whether he meant to push her or it was a desperate act, Amie fell. She plummeted 3 stories, landing on the ground below with a sickening thud. Her body lay broken, her life slipping away as Gareth fled into the night. A neighbor heard the commotion and called 911, but it was too late. Amie was gone, her vibrant spirit silenced by a man who couldn't let her go. What makes this crime so haunting is its eerie precision. Gareth didn't just want to hurt Amie, he wanted to destroy her in the place she felt safest, on a day meant for love. The balcony, where she'd once sipped coffee and dreamed of her future, became the stage for his final act of control. It's a chilling reminder that sometimes, the people we think we've left behind can come back with a vengeance we never see coming. The morning after Valentine's Day 2020, Amie Harwick's Hollywood Hills neighborhood woke to a grim scene. Police swarmed her home, where her lifeless body lay beneath the balcony she loved. Detectives didn't have to look far for a suspect. Amie's friends quickly pointed to Gareth Pursehouse, the ex who'd never let her go. His outburst at the January event, the old restraining orders, and his obsessive history painted a clear picture. Within days, police tracked him down and arrested him. Evidence piled up fast, his DNA in Amie's house, security footage of him lurking nearby, and the chilling tools he'd brought, gloves, rope, a knife. This wasn't a crime of passion, it was a cold, deliberate act. The trial in 2023 gripped Los Angeles. Prosecutors laid out Gareth's decade-long fixation, showing how he'd stalked Amie's life from afar, waiting for his moment. The most shocking twist? Gareth's defense tried to claim the balcony fall was an accident, that he never meant to kill her. But the jury saw through it. The rope, the gloves, the break-in, it all screamed intent. After a swift deliberation, Gareth Pursehouse was convicted of first-degree murder. The judge sentenced him to life in prison without parole, ensuring he'd never hurt again. Amie's loved ones filled the courtroom, tears mixing with relief as justice was served. Her friends spoke for many, Amie was love. She deserved so much better than this. What lingers about this case is its stark lesson. Obsession can hide in plain sight, growing deadly over years. Amie's story isn't just a tragedy, it's a call to listen to those quiet warnings, to take threats seriously, and to protect the light in those we love. Her legacy lives on in the lives she touched, the hearts she healed, and the fight for a world where no one's home becomes a trap. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more chilling stories.